521, Duran versus Chahal. Would the party step forward, please?
Ernie Duran is a 31-year-old web designer from El Segundo, California. He is suing 50-year-old restaurant owner Armajit Chahal for the cost to fix his tooth and pain and suffering.
Sir, it seems that you're suing the defendant because you alleged that while in his restaurant, you bit down on some rice and you had your tooth broken by a foreign object. Is that right?
That's correct, sir.
Okay. Tell me about this. What happened?
On December 28th of 1999, it was a Wednesday, my friend and I, Howard, decided to go to this Indian restaurant to have something to eat. We were seated by the waiter, and immediately it was a buffet style. We got up and went, and I was pretty hungry, so I went a lot faster than my friend did. So I immediately sat down, and I took up my first bite of the rice, and I got a sharp pain in the back of my very back tooth, and I was like, what happened? You know, I was in such pain. So I went to the restroom, and I looked in my mouth, and I could see in the mirror that there was a rivet. And I have a copy. They took the original, but I have what it kind of looked like with this example here.
All right, I got the idea. Go ahead.
And so I looked in the mirror, and it was actually, I bit so hard on it that it embedded itself in my tooth, in my very back tooth. I bent over, and I rinsed my mouth out, and I saw blood coming out. I took out the rivet. I actually pulled it out of my tooth, and then I rinsed again, and then I went outside, and I told my friend, you know, I showed him, I said, this is what I bit into. After that, I was in such tremendous pain, I did not know what on between the manager or owner or whatever after that point. And then my friend Howard came up.
You're Howard. What's your name, sir?
Cohen.
All right, Mr. Cohen. What happened? What did you see?
I got one of the waiters that was there, and I was showing him the rivet, and I said, you know, you got to let the cook know or something that there's something in the food. At that point, I didn't know that it was a rivet. I just thought it was a screw or a nail. I'd never seen a rivet, but it had a flat head, so kind of like this.
Looked like that.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so I handed this to the waiter to look at, and he took it back into the kitchen, or so he said he took it back into the kitchen. We waited about 5 minutes, and he was in a lot of pain, so I went up to the waiter. I said, what's going on? Where's this piece of metal? My friend's in a lot of pain. And he said, well, I showed it to the cook, and I think the cook has it. I said, well, fine. Okay, Ernie, wait here. I went into the back of the kitchen and started speaking to the cook. Where's the little metal piece? He says, I don't know what you're talking about. And I pressed him some more. He says, oh, we just throw everything out in the trash. So I came back up to the front, and I'm asking for the manager or the owner. At that point, the man said that we were just trying to get a free meal, and that
They kept insisting that we were trying to get a free meal.
He said that, oh, well, how do I know you don't bring in your own nails? We don't serve nails here. It's not on the menu.
Was it obvious that his mouth was bleeding at that time?
Yeah, he had some blood coming out. Ernie's like, let's go. I'm in a lot of pain. I just want to get the hell out of here.
I just wanted to go because I was in such pain. And
Okay, now, why'd you give them the rivet? And I take it you never got it back. Why'd you give it to them?
If you look up moron in the dictionary, Your Honor, you might find a picture of me right there. I've worked in restaurants.
Well, I'll be charitable. I would say you thought they were going to act in good faith.
I actually thought they were going to act in good faith.
All
I've
right.
worked in restaurants myself, and that sort of thing has gone on, and it's been handled amicably between management
now,
and client.
You say in here that you got some corroborating proof that there was a rivet in the food. What was that?
that is correct, Your Honor. I waited a week to get my tooth looked at because I didn't think that the severity of the tooth damage was that great, but I noticed that every time that I would eat, any food particle that got in that side...
You cracked the enamel, didn't you?
It went all the way to the root, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to the dentist, and I have the dentist bills here.
Let me see that. Miss Holly?
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Actually, he had plans for Vegas for New Year's. When he came back, I contacted the health department, which we have obtained a report from the health department, and it states in this report that in the kitchen utensils there was a rivet missing from one of the tong utensils.
Do you have that report?
We have the report
Yes,
right
sir.
here, Your Honor.
It's an official document.
Thank you.
I've highlighted the areas where it mentions pertaining to this case.
Broken tongs with metal piece that holds it together on one side broken. Manager stated that the Rice was not prepped with nor near the tongs. Now, you have a dental bill. What was that?
There's two dental bills, actually. One for the preliminary dental exam
This
for
one?
$22. That would be the
Preliminary one,
type.
all right. And what's
No.
this over here?
And the other one is for the actual tooth extraction. It had to be extracted.
$120?
It's $195, and I have the tooth here, Your Honor.
$195.
I know, kind of.
Let me see. Pass it up.
Chew on that.
Judge Joe Brown continues after this.
We took an x-ray, tooth number 18 had a distal fracture.
That's not a clove.
Closed captioning sponsored in part by
Everyone's running to America Online New version 6.0.
It's really easy to use. It's fast.
AOL has it all. America Online New version 6.0.
Well, I'm a pollen, dust, cats. He's a dog's, elm tree, mold. He's your classic mold.
Most people with allergies have indoor and outdoor ones. Among leading prescription antihistamines, only Zyrtec is FDA approved to treat indoor and outdoor allergies. In studies, drowsiness was the most common side effect. Others included fatigue and dry mouth. Most were mild or moderate. Zyrtec. That's Zyrtec. Lots of allergies, just one Zyrtec. Ask your doctor about Zyrtec and a free sample.
It's awesome, baby! Presenting March Madness at Foothill Nissan. Race to Foothill Nissan for the biggest sales event of the year. During March Madness, Foothill Nissan will get you approved in the vehicle you want, guaranteed. Or they'll give you $1,000. Call 213-687-7000. We finance over 50,000 customers who needed credit. Over 500 vehicles must be sold this month. It's March Madness at Foothill Nissan, where we finance everyone guaranteed. In La Crescenta or online at foothillnissan.com. It's awesome, baby!
Glendale Career College, 800-498-1818. If you want a great life, you gotta have money. Want to make great money? You gotta have a job. If you want a great job, you gotta have training. Want to get great training? You gotta go to school. If you want a great school, to get great training, to get a great job, to make great money, to have a great life, just call GCC. 800-498-1818.
Getting hit with higher auto insurance rates? Call 1-800-767-DASH and get one of the lowest down payments and lowest monthly payments in California. Got tickets, an accident, or a DUI? Call 1-800-767-DASH. Let Dashers give you a free quote right now. 1-800-767-DASH.
I loved her so much. He strangled me.
He slashed your throat how many times?
I don't know.
You don't know.
60 stitches, though.
60 stitches in your throat?
He slit my wrist.
Slit both wrists.
I woke up from her yelling, and then I think he saw me, and so he slit her throat. Started walking towards me.
Montel Williams next on UPN 13.
We're back with Judge Joe Brown. The plaintiff in this case is suing the owner of a restaurant. He claims he damaged his tooth biting into a rivet he found in his meal. The defendant argues the plaintiff simply wanted a free meal. Let's take a look.
It's cracked in half, basically.
Well, I've had it for over a year, and it cracked in two over time.
Okay, now what do we have to say from the defense?
Your Honor, I have one more thing. I had a lawyer contact them. I have letters, actually, I believe you took one of them already, of her repeatedly trying to get in contact with them in order to settle this with their insurance company, but they refused to respond to it. So she recommended that I take this case, correct?
Right. Now, what do you have to say about this?
Actually, you know, I wasn't there. My manager was there, so maybe he can explain.
Well, let's hear from the manager, all right? Sir? What's your side of things?
Your Honor, first of all, these gentlemen know how to make a perfect story. It wasn't this guy, it was that guy who was claiming about the nail. This gentleman came up to my restaurant. I was working, the restaurant was called a pack. And that gentleman asked me, you know, how much are the buffet? I said, $6.95. And he goes, don't you think it's pretty expensive? I said, sir, we provide a lot of food here, a lot of stuff, so you can eat as much as you want. This gentleman sat on the table, we served him. They ate, and we picked up their plates, and then they ate again. We picked up their plate again. And the third time, I guess, they were at the table. They're putting a food in their plate, and I'm busy with another customer back there. And I heard someone yelling and screaming that I found a screw in the food. And I walked up to this gentleman. I asked him, I said, may I help you, sir? He said, I found a screw in your food. I said, may I see that? He showed it to me. It was a clove. I told this gentleman, I said, gentleman, this is not a screw, it's a clove. And he no, he was pretty argumentative. He said, no, it's a screw. I said, no, it's not.
How do you explain this health department report relative to the missing rivet in the tong that was found in the kitchen?
Your Honor, there was no rivet missing from...
It says there's a missing rivet. One of the tongs was broken. One half of the rivet was missing.
Well, sir, the rivet, can I see that, how big they're showing? Your Honor,
you put in this,
first of all, we got a heavy-duty metal plate.
Let me ask you this. What did you do with the clove?
Your Honor, here's the table. The gentleman complaining it's a screw. I said, no, it's a clove. It's right here. That's all. I left it there. We can't put the same clove that we touched with the hand back in the food.
The better policy was to have been solicitous and simply referred the whole issue to your insurance carrier. That's how you
But Your Honor, these guys never even complain about any injury. He's pick up the clove and he's saying it's a screw. While standing on the buffet
he's
table.
telling you it's a screw, you're saying, no, that's a clove. Doesn't that give you a clue that they're complaining about something?
How can that injure his tooth? And they never even mentioned about any injury that time.
You were there at the time, ma'am?
Yeah, I was a waitress.
Come on up. What did you observe? What's your name, by the way?
I observed the whole thing. There was no rivet. There was nothing. They had a clove. They were making a scene. Now they're talking about...
When did this allegedly occur?
December 28th, it was a Wednesday.
And then he said he waited a week to get it fixed if it hurt him that bad.
Actually, what it says is January 3rd, we took an x-ray, tooth number 18 had a distal fracture.
That's not a clove.
No, it was a clove. The restaurant is insured if that was the whole thing.
Now, did you take the claim? There's a letter from their lawyer relative to the claim here.
You know, nobody contacted us. If anybody had contacted us, we would have taken this matter without the court.
The restaurant is fully insured. We can take care of it. Why would
Dear
we?
Mr. Chahal, as you know, I have been retained by Ernest Duran, who was injured while dining in your restaurant. Now, you didn't get this?
Nobody contacted us. No lawyer, none of these gentlemen about this, any injury.
And now we're hearing about it a year later.
Judge Joe Brown makes his ruling after this.
I never have to dial up to kiss my wife.
I don't have to wait to laugh at a joke.
Or cry when I hurt.
I never get a busy signal when I open a book.
Or a letter from home.
I live in real time.
I want the web in real time.
Like real life.
Finally, the internet is up to speed. Your speed. Verizon Online DSL. Never dialed, immediate. Like life.
I never have to wait to download a sunset.
I never have to download a hug from my kids.
I never have to put my life on hold.
I live in real time.
I want the web in real time.
Like my life.
Call and order Verizon Online DSL for just $39.95 a month, including our internet service. Plus, get free activation, modem, and a PC camera.
I live in real time.
I live in real time.
I live in real time.
I want the web in real time.
In real time.
Real time.
Real time.
Like my life.
Call for Verizon Online DSL. Verizon.
When I started college, I knew I wanted to major in healthcare, but I had to take all these other subjects first. I wanted to focus on what I really wanted to do. Ryman let me get down to business. Now I'm working in a doctor's office. I kept my job while I was training, finished classes, and graduated months ahead of all my other friends. I'm making great money, and I have a great career.
If you feel like you're studying hard but not working toward your career, call Bryman College at 1-800-722-7337. Great careers begin at Bryman.
Send UPN 13 a postcard to win tickets to Disney on Ice presents Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, playing the Arrowhead Pond of Anaheim, the Forum, and LA Sports Arena.
Do you need justice? Call 1-877-JOE's Law. On the internet, JudgeJoeBrown.com.
Manager says that rice was not prepped with nor near the tongs. So you were put on notice that this claim was being made against you by the defendant, his witness, communication from a lawyer which you deny, but yet on the other hand, you know about the claim because you communicate that to the health department. I think that there was an effort to conceal the involvement of the restaurant in this activity. That subjects them to basically punitive damages for what is inappropriate conduct here. In any event, your treatment of these two parties was absolutely deplorable. You handled the thing poorly and you were trying to get away from any liability and hope they'd go away. Well, they won't. So the court's going to award $3,728 for punitive damages, $1,272 for actual damages and pain and suffering, for a total of $5,000. Judgment accordingly.
This court is in recess. Gentlemen, hang on. Right out the door and to your right.
Thank you.
The plaintiff in this case described the excruciating pain he suffered after biting into a rivet at the defendant's restaurant. The defendant said there was no rivet. He suspected a scam. The judge disagrees. Judgment for the plaintiff. We'll find out what litigants have to say after this.
He needs to get his own woman to leave my women alone. He thought that I was seeing Stephanie. I know what kind of filth goes on around that place. Totally untrue. I'm 44 years old.
That's her business.
Judge Joe Brown.
Conair brings home the comfort and luxury of the bath spa massaging mat with thousands of warm bubbles to relax you. Experience it.
Do you owe the IRS? The law offices of Ronnie Deutsch have helped thousands get their lives back for pennies on the dollar.
Call 800-437-5414 now.
Still owe the IRS? What are you waiting for? The law offices of Ronnie Deutsch have helped thousands end their IRS nightmares.
Call 800-437-5414.
The new Aquafresh Flex Tip Max Active cleans tight spots, has a firm grip, and is gentle on gums. It's 3 toothbrushes in one. Aquafresh Flex Tip Max Active.
They're saying you never said that you were bleeding, that you were in pain, that you had been down on it.
They just did not pay attention to me. They were more to pay attention to my friend.
How did you describe this, what had happened?
I said my friend's in excruciating pain, and we need to take care of this right now, and why are you being so dishonest as to hiding something that I gave you?
First of all, they were looking for a free meal. They got it. Now they were looking for money, and they got that too. I'm sure these guys don't have a job. They're just living off of this kind of stuff.